What is going on, guys? This is Eternal Hunter Gaming. Welcome to a very controversial video. Not entirely controversial, just the fact that I'm going to be stating a lot of the obvious and what a lot of people are thinking and what a lot of people are displaying on YouTube and Twitter, like I've been doing as well. And right now, that's going to be the current status of Overwatch. Now, I had no clue where to start this video, so the one thing I wanted to bring up, which I think isn't really brought up much, is how inconsistent competitive Overwatch is. By that, I mean, the whole point of the game is to play with different people, is to work together as a team, come together, and get the victory. Now, if that's not your preferred method, play with teammates, have a 2-stack or a 3-stack, or if you feel like forming a whole team, you can do that and go against another formed team. And that way, you don't have much of an excuse to say, oh, well, then I don't know what happened that game. Now, for me, I'm all over the place with what I normally do. I can tell you in the past, week of me playing, I've done every stack imaginable. But if I have any preference, it's either solo queuing or 3-stack. It's one of the two. I never like to do giant groups. If I do giant groups, I always like to make sure that people enter people that I know I can trust, people who do their jobs the right way, everyone who is in my group is in it for a reason. Now, solo queuing is when you're taking the bet and saying, okay, I'm going to jump into this, I'm going to play tank or DPS, just so I can do damage output and try to help lead this team. Because that's one of the things I've been practicing as of late, is going into a game, kind of leading the team and saying, okay, this is what we can do, and if we do this, it could work. And there are plenty of times up until now, in this Season 8, where that's actually have worked. And right now, my win-loss is about 50-50 right now, which, I mean, to many, should be normal, and they're like, you know, that's not bad, you haven't lost much. Considering I was Diamond last season, though, it's considerably a lot that I've lost. And it really does suck I've lost that much. But like I said, I'm not going to turn this into a pouting session or too much of a rant, because it already kind of is a rant. But when it comes down to inconsistency, sometimes your own individual effort doesn't mean anything. Unless you are maybe a Hanzo or a Widow God, which, by the way, there apparently are quite a lot of that on PC. And even on PS4 too, there are really good people who are stuck down in ranks like Silver and Gold and Platinum, because the game is so inconsistent that they can't raise up their rank and do anything about that. They can keep playing, they can get really good stats on their characters, on Widow or Hanzo or whoever they play, and that's perfect, that's amazing. But overall, it doesn't matter if you're not gaining any SR or if your rank isn't getting any higher. While it does help with experience, and the more experience, the more likely you're going to win your games, the more likely you're going to know what's this person planning. I know personally myself, if we're going up against any DPS, for the most part, outside of, if we're talking, anyone that I ever play a lot, if we're going for McCree or Pharah or Reaper, I can almost tell they're going for their ults, especially a McCree. I have over 100 hours as of this moment on McCree. I think we're at 120 right now. So if I see a McCree going to certain places, I know in my head, he's going to set up an ultimate. And sometimes I call that out whenever I see that. Sometimes it's effective and people can stop it, or I can stop it. Other times it's not, and it gets completely ignored. And that's where inconsistency comes in. Is you can do the same thing over and over again, but it's going to have different results every single time, based on not only who you're playing with, but who you're playing against. Because that brings up a group of players, a group of people that I play with all the time. We all came together, because it's two different groups I play with. We came together, made a 5-stack, and we did competitive a few months ago. I actually live streamed this, and to be fair, that contains one of my best Reaper games of all time. Because in our first 2 games we played, we were completely dominant. Because we came together, we played some of our best characters, and luckily, that kind of came together where we could make an actual team comp out of it. And that worked out great. And I look back on Season 6 and I'm like, wow, Season 6 was a really good season for me. And it was probably my best season, because that's when I really grew as McCree. My win-loss ratio was a lot higher than any other season I've had up to this point. And I'm like, this is how comp needs to be. This is how it needs to stay. And with enough push, I can be in Diamond next season. Which I did reach for a very short amount of time, but I did reach it. So now we're in this state where everything's inconsistent. If you're going to go in a solo stack, you are either going to gain a lot or lose a lot. I mean, I've had times where I'm going on 3, 4, 5 loss streaks, and then you'll come back and you'll do the same thing with wins, and it's like, okay, well then wherein lies that point? Wherein lies why is this happening? Why isn't it just back and forth win-loss? Why isn't it just a string of wins with an occasional loss? It's like, if I've played this long and I've gotten this good at the game, I mean, why am I still down here? Why are there silver borders still down here? Why are there gold borders still down here? Why is there a goddamn platinum border down there? There is a platinum border down in Platinum, his name is Nick Kim. And remember, this is on PlayStation 4, but he's been down there for a while. I've played games with him since, like, Season 5. And it's incredible to see how many people have played this game for so many hours, like, reaching, like, the 4 digits. I've played this game for I don't know how many hours. Maybe like, 200, 250? That's my best guess. But I'm getting off topic here with talking about how competitive it is. And to be fair, the toxicity has only lowered slightly since last season. Last season somehow was worse than it is now. But you can definitely see the inconsistency now with me playing games. And the one thing I stress in every stream I do, maybe not every video I put out, but every stream I do, is positivity is key. And I explained this as the last match that I played yesterday. We were on Kings Row, which is my favorite map. I was able to go and play McCree, which made me even happier, because I just got the Houston Outlaw skin, which, rooting for them. And we played, and everyone was in team chat. Everybody was positive, everybody talked, everyone was open to switching. And, hey, surprise, surprise, we win the game. It was a close game, but we actually fought back. We did combos, we came together, we won the game, because we worked so well together, because we had so much chemistry, and that's where inconsistency lies. Why aren't there more people like that in the community? Because there are people who argue about this, but what percentage of people who argue about this don't actually do it themselves? Or how many people lurk in the shadows and are the reason why this is an issue in the first place? And it stems completely from frustration of being stuck in your rank. That's what gets people to leave games, and I have never left a game of Overwatch. I have been tempted a couple times, because I got so infuriated, but you take that moment to think, okay, if I leave this game, I'm losing about 3 times more SR than I would have before. So the best thing you could do is stick it out, and have that be it. Sorry, this is really giving me a dry throat. But, coming together right now, I don't know what can be done about the community right now. I don't think that, as an individual myself, there's anything I can do about this scenario. Coming together as a group of people, yeah, maybe. Maybe there's something we could bring to Blizzard's attention to say, hey, we have the reporting system for a reason too, and people are actually using it, and people are actually getting banned, and it's fantastic, it's amazing. That PlayStation 4 finally got that report system a couple months back, and people have been banned, and it's been effective. But then it comes down to the inconsistency. I think maybe this is more so me just complaining about how I'm either paired with really good people or really bad people. And maybe that's just the risk of solo queuing, I guess. But even if you come together in a big group, you're not just facing off up against platinums. Like, I'm mid-high platinum, but I'm playing with people who are lower platinum, so we land in like that 26, 27 range. How come we're playing with golds? How come we're playing with diamonds? Because you will be lying if you say you've never seen a 2-stack of a gold and a diamond. You'll be lying to me. Same thing goes for like a silver and a platinum, or even, I don't even know about a bronze and a gold. I don't know if that's a thing. And eventually that stops once you hit Masters, and you can't do that kind of thing anymore. That's why, as a Platinum, you're not seeing any Masters. That's why you're not seeing any Silvers. For that simple reason of, the difference in SR is too much. So, I guess to wrap up this video, Season 8 is like a speck better than Season 7. And it doesn't look like it's gonna result in any good improvements. To be honest, it comes down to your love and devotion for the game and how you feel about the game and you're wanting to actually play this game. Because I've been playing for now a year now of this game. And my god, maybe not an entire year, maybe give it like 10 months. But I've played over 1,000 games. I have some sort of justice, or, you know, some kind of justice to be able to say how I feel about this game and have it be somewhat justified. So that's all I have to say about the topic. We're going to keep this conversation going over things like Twitter. If you guys don't have my Twitter, I will put it in the description, but it is King_McCree, capital EHG. You can follow me there. I'm trying to post there more often about how I feel about the situation. I'm posting there a lot about the current situation, about certain things that have gone on with YouTube drama without getting heavily involved in it. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to root for our Houston Outlaws. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, you guys stay awesome. Peace, guys.